Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Sandeep Sharma, Super Specialty Faculty in Pediatrics. The NEET Super Specialty exam is now just a few days away, and howsoever much you might have prepared, in the last 7 to 10 days, you always need to see a few topics which have a high likelihood of being asked. So, here in this very short video, I'll be enumerating the topics which you must have a look in the last week before you sit for your exam. You may or may not get questions from these, but having a look always ensures that these topics are fresh in your mind. And in case some atypical question is asked, or even a typical question is asked, it's a big booster for you in the actual exam. The topics I am discussing with you are based upon what has been the pattern in NEET super specialty in the last few years, and it is simply based upon the past papers and what the examiners normally keep. In case there is a sudden shift in the selection of topics, it will be same for everyone. If it is a difficult paper, people who have prepared well have a better chance of getting selected. So, what are the topics you should just tick out ki I have done that before your exam in super specialty pediatrics? Firstly, vasculitis is very frequently asked in exams. So, vasculitis like Kawasaki disease and Henoch-Schönlein purpura should be read inside out. Preferably, you should always have a look at the overall classification of pediatric vasculitis also. Secondly, primary immunodeficiencies, at least 2 to 3 questions, especially from SCID, Wiskott-Aldrich, and ataxia-telangiectasia is frequently asked in exam. Clinical scenarios on chronic granulomatous disease as well as topics like atypical smaller topics like myeloperoxidase deficiency also need to be looked at. Thirdly, severe acute malnutrition is a frequently asked topic. Whether it is a NEET PG exam or a NEET super specialty exam, it will always be important. Then IMCI management and diagnosis of pneumonia is important. Then you need to read about neonatology. In neonatology, neonatal sepsis, neonatal jaundice, necrotizing enterocolitis, and prenatal diagnosis, fetal therapy are important. Also, neonatal resuscitation program needs to be read in details. Supraventricular tachycardia and its management, as well as the drugs used in that, including adenosine, have been asked 2 to 3 times in the last few years, and so they need to be read well. Pediatric oncology, you should focus on the management of ALL. Also, questions will be asked. They are often asked on Wilms tumor and neuroblastoma, which need to be read inside out. Then inherited bone marrow failure syndromes are important. Approach to anemias is important. Hemoglobinopathy, especially sickle cell anemia, but also have a look at thalassemia before you sit for your exam. Juvenile idiopathic arthritis also needs to be read in the last week. HLH syndrome is important for your exam, although in the older pattern, you will find that traditionally pediatric neurology is not a part of the paper, but still in general paper, you may find some questions related to perinatal asphyxia, you may find some questions related to neonatal seizures, and you may find some questions related to febrile seizure and cerebral palsy. They have been asked in the past, even in the general paper. So at least or kuch nahi, just go through them 15 to 20 minutes each so that no sudden change or no sudden question from a topic which you have not read for a long time surprises you in the paper. Shock management and ARDS are perennial favorites. And finally, if you look at the last 2 to 3 papers, you will find that at least 4 to 5 questions are asked from acyanotic and cyanotic congenital heart disease. Now, it's a huge topic. Always focus upon what exactly is happening in that particular disease. What are the important syndromes associated with that particular disease? What are the types of murmur seen in that particular disease? What are the major determinant of severity for standard statement based question? Timing of surgery in that, and prognosis of that disease, chest x-ray findings in that particular disease. Finally, what is the name of the surgery, like named procedures, port surgery is done where, and your port surgery, then your Waterston shunt is done where, what is being joined where, wood surgery, all these kinds of procedures you need to read in details. Pulmonary hypertension is also frequently asked in exam, and then general growth and development also you just need to go through it once. End of the day, 2 to 3 milestone questions can also be asked in the exam. End of the day, you know what is going to be asked, but it is always beneficial to have a look at the important topics. The trending topics also need to be done. COVID-19 is a trending topic, dengue is a trending topic, vaccines are a trending topic, especially the COVID-19 vaccines. What is their current status related to pediatric population? What are the ones which have been approved? What is their type? What is their current status that you need to look for? The latest COVID management in case of pediatric also needs to be looked at. So All these topics are important rank boosters. End of the day, if something is atypical or difficult for you, it will be difficult for others also. But try to give your best shot. And in the exam, read the MCQ properly. All of the above, none of the above, except these words should not be these words should not be missed out for. In statement-based questions, you will always find the most probable answer as the correct answer, even if one or two options you are not entirely sure of. Coming to GI and hepatology, diarrhea management, celiac disease, especially the changed protocol for celiac disease, the recent protocol which came up just 1.5 years back, that needs to be read. Hepatic encephalopathy is important. Hepatitis B, hepatitis C, their diagnosis and management is always asked in exam. And also read briefly about the vaccine preventable diseases like diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis, measles, etc. before you sit for your exam. All of you have prepared well. Believe in yourself, and all of you will do good. Best wishes to everyone.